very beginning, I remember like it would be on my mind so heavy that I would be sleeping and I would be thinking about what I was going to do next.
You ready to roll? We haven't done this in a while. Let's do this.
That's what I'm going to say.
Oh, man.
Hey, I'm Sarah Pearson Collins.
And I'm Keziah Pearson.
And we're the Race Card LLC.
LLC.
And today we're just going to sit here and talk a little bit about work-life balance, how you start a business and you're working 40 hours a week with a kid and a family and
No, I don't.
I mean, but you know what I mean. Like we got like a lot of different obligations, and yet you still, make this whole thing work.
Right.
Go ahead, you.
So, wow.
Do we
How
sleep?
do you do it? So yeah, we get very minimal
Minimal sleep. I'm completely like dreaming about the business. Like when we first got started, I was dreaming about the business. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I just, so
again,
trying to. Okay. No, you should sneeze on camera. See, you can still add it into the business. No, I'm just playing.
I don't even have time to sneeze. Okay, so anyway, go ahead.
In the very beginning, I remember like it would be on my mind so heavy that I would be sleeping and I would be thinking about what I was going to do next. I think we started during the pandemic, so it made it
a little bit easier because we're at home working.
Yeah. So, we're home, we're watching the TV, trying to figure out what to do. Our business developed out of a need. And so it was easier because you were working from home, and so you could do your home stuff and then also just kind of revert to your business. It kind of was more meshy.
And so now it's like an after hours thing, and it can be very taxing. Sometimes it's just like, well, I think too, the topic that we deal with is very heavy, and so sometimes I'm just like, walk away, and I do not want to think about it for the next month.
Yeah.
And you can't really do that. Like, if you're running a business, you can't really do that. You have to be on.
Yeah. I think you may have noticed, like, even our podcast, like, so, we went missing for a little while, but it is so heavy that in order to preserve some of your mental health, you have to step away from it. And we see everything that's going on in the media. No, we don't want to talk about it all the time, but but as a business, we can't just stop.
Right.
But we still have to take care of ourselves in order to be able to continue to do this.
So it's a balance, and we didn't completely stop the podcast, yes, but in the background we were still
working,
going into companies and doing that.
I think
piece.
Yeah. I think in the beginning when we were doing this business, a lot of times we would do a lot of brainstorming while we were walking. Like so the pandemic was perfect. I mean, it was terrible, but it was a perfect opportunity because we could still do our jobs, but I got a chance to exercise more and be out. And when we would exercise and when we would walk, that was a time where we could reflect and really brainstorm on what we wanted to do next. And it kind of helped with the anxiety because it was very anxiety provoking for me.
Yeah,
absolutely. So I don't know. How do I do it? I mean, I have a child, a husband, and so everything's going now. So it's not just the kids are back in school. I'm back to work. I do hybrid model, but I still train. And so when I do, I got to be in the office. And it's a lot. I mean, I'm going to school too. So I'm going to school. I have a graduate assistantship. I'm on a member of a board. I go to church. My schedule is so compacted. And I still find a time to, I don't care if it's an hour or two, there's things that you can take out of your life. TV is like one of the major ones because that's just
every time. TV, and even worse is scrolling through Facebook and Instagram, and
it's idle time.
It's idle time that if you would just stop, because once you hit that one reel, you're there for the next hour.
And it's like you go into this rabbit hole, and then it's an hour later, and you don't realize that you just wasted an hour.
What time is it?
engulfed in somebody else's stuff when you could be really working your own craft. Like people like, oh, I don't have time. My life is full. You have time for the things that you have time for. You know, you got time to be talking about somebody else's life or gossiping. Like that's idle time. You know, TV is idle. Like I watch the TV for the news in the morning, and I don't watch the news. I want to know what temperature it is. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I really don't care about any of it.
And I'm not saying that you don't need time where it's just like I need to zone out and I'll throw on a show when I need to zone out. But yeah, it is idle time. It's time that could be spent doing something that's productive that's going to help you in life.
Yeah. So, and then setting goals, like definitely setting goals of
writing them down. You can't just set them in your head. You have to write them down.
And
it's
cross
something
them off.
about crossing off a goal on a piece of paper that makes you feel like, oh my God, I can accomplish anything. It's something about it. And you know what the trick for me?
What?
The trick for me when I feel like I'm sluggish and I can't get anything done. I know this sounds crazy, but the trick for me is to write off simple things that you're going to do anyway, like brush my teeth. Like, that's something that you do immediately, right? And so when I know it sounds crazy, but it does something. When you cross that goal off, it does something in your brain to make you think you can accomplish anything. So I'll also write things like brush my teeth, got dressed, took a shower, got dressed. And I'm crossing these things off, and it makes me want to fulfill other things. I don't know what it is, but it's something that clicks in your brain.
Yeah.
So
I do. I get up in the morning. Trick. Yep. I get in the morning, and you're the one that said, well, make yourself a list. And so I've gotten in the habit of writing it down, and I'll just, while I'm getting dressed, I'm writing down all the things that I want to get done today. And then when I get into the office, I look at the easiest one
and knock them out,
and I'm able to get it done. And once I cross that out, I'm like, I'm feeling invigorated, and now I'm about to okay, I got to get the rest of this stuff done. But that's how you're able to remain focused and you know, make it happen. That's what I think.
That's why I do that little trick when I'm during those days where I'm just like, I can't. I'll trick myself into thinking that I've accomplished a lot.
Yeah.
When those are things that I'm obviously when you get up, that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna brush your teeth, right? But yeah, I gotta trick my brain sometimes. So.
Yeah. So trick your brain and get up and get doing it. You know, there's opportunity and there's time to be able to do one little thing to start working towards your business. But the whole point is to get started. You got to get started. So I hope you got something out of that. And until next time.